One of the reasons I was most interested in going to Emory was to look and see how they're using information technologies inside the hospitals. And I was amazed at what I saw. I mean, to me, it takes a lot to become a doctor anyway, and I know how rapidly information technology is changing. There is information technology embedded in just about every business process, every medical procedure that I saw taking place in the hospital. So not only do these doctors have to go through tremendous training in school, but they have to constantly stay up with what's happening because the medical profession is changing drastically. I was so impressed with the way these doctors have embraced technology and are looking at every possible way to give us the best possible health care. And was curious to see would I in fact be able to go into an operating room where somebody was being operated on. And that was the thing that was most surprising to me. The person is so wrapped up that you can't even really tell there's a human being there. And the doctors were so kind in walking through and helping me understand every part of the procedure. And it's just miraculous to me what they are able to do to keep humans alive and to help us have the most productive lives possible. They didn't act like we were in the way when we were in the operating room. They were walking us through and treating us just like we were part of the healthcare professionals. They had asked the individuals for permission for others to come in and observe, and it just really made me feel great that we have an institution of such high caliber doctors using state-of-the-art technology to do what they can to save people's lives. I have never done anything like this. In fact, I was surprised when I got the call and really jumped at the opportunity to be able to participate in a program like this. What is interesting is since the Emory program, I have been invited to participate in programs elsewhere. And that really came about because I mentioned to another hospital what Emory was doing. If I have a heart attack, I know one thing. I want to be at Emory because I think they have the best heart surgeons anywhere in the country. These people know what they're talking about. They are up to date with the most state-of-the-art technology. And if my life is at risk, that's where I want to be. Most people who don't live in the medical world, who work in the business world like me, have no clue what goes on inside the hospital other than what they see on television. And while some of what you see on television is accurate, it's not as accurate as being there and actually seeing what's happening in the operating room. So for me, it was an incredible experience that I would have no other way of ever getting.
What would you say about spending that full day, and how do you think it was time well spent for you?
I think it was incredible that Emory was willing to invest a full day in having a group of executives come in and learn more about what goes on in the hospital system. And to me, it was a great investment of my personal time. I learned a tremendous amount. You can't go somewhere and buy a book or watch television or, it's just not something that you can go somewhere and sign up for. So for me, it was a tremendous gift. I would gladly have given 2 days instead of just 1 day. I think it's wonderful that Emory is taking the time to invest in key executives and helping them learn more about what goes on in a hospital and what the challenges are for a institution. Makes you want to go out and commit to help them raise money, get the word out about the great work they're doing, and certainly choose them if you ever have a medical issue. When I tell people about the experience I had, I don't have to sell it. They're like, how can I sign up to do this? This is not something that everyday people get an opportunity to do. I've tried to be very selective about who I say something to. I don't think this is something that anybody off the street needs to go do, and it's certainly a big investment on Emory's part. But there are people that are major leaders in our city, people that have a lot of their opinion leaders. Other people listen to what they have to say, and they need to have the opportunity to get this experience. I think it helps them understand more some of the challenges that Emory has. Well, the first people I thought about in terms of who should be referred to the program are the people that run the major communication channels. That's why I spoke to Ed Baker at the Atlanta Business Chronicle and to Neely Young at Georgia Trend, because they're in a position to come in and write a story that then goes out to thousands of other people to help educate them. The other people I thought about are some of the key politicians, that are out speaking in the community and making decisions. Sam Williams at the Atlanta Chamber, who is out in front of every single major business leader in the community. Those are the kinds of people that I thought about. What this has done is educated people that Emory's not just rolling in dough. Emory has financial challenges like everybody else, and certainly with the Healthcare Reform Act that's coming, those challenges are going to get even bigger. And that we need to all, as people that live in this community and who want good health care, roll up our sleeves and do what we can to help Emory. So yes, I think it has helped Emory from a philanthropic standpoint, because it's educated people that, you've got challenges in raising money too, and you need support just like everybody else. One of the most powerful things is that John Fox, who is the head of Emory Healthcare, came in and kicked off the program. And to hear right from the key leader of that institution some of his challenges and why he needs help and support from people in the community was very powerful. People are so willing to help, but a lot of times they just don't get asked. And I think hospitals are reluctant to do the outreach. They think, we're serving, we're curing people, that's how we're serving. But truth of the matter is, you have to get the word out today. There are a lot of different medical institutions out there. There are all these dock-in-the-box places on the street. But you still have to have these anchor hospitals that, make everything happen in your community. You're a huge economic driver, and you're a reason why companies will come and locate in a particular community. So I think it's important to have that outreach. I think that's what will, make people in the community want to reach out and do what they can to support you and help you. I think it's important that Emory, as one of the anchor hospitals in this community and one of the major economic forces here, do everything it can to help people in the community be healthy. Because healthcare is not about getting sick and going to the hospital. Healthcare is all about preventative care. Nobody is better positioned to help the citizens in this community learn better how we need to be taking care of ourselves so that we don't get sick. A lot of that begins with outreach in the schools, helping kids learn how to eat well. I mean, we have childhood obesity that is skyrocketing, which means that down the road we're going to have a huge diabetic problem. To the extent people exercise, we know that they are a lot healthier and don't have to go in for heart trouble as much. So I would just encourage Emory and other hospitals to be as engaged as you can on the preventative side, not just on the side where you help us when we do get sick.